Hey friends, I wanted to talk about satisfaction today and about teachings that can help us with that, but also because I was listening to a podcast recently and it was talking about psychology and what's going on with us in the West, and statistics showing that people feeling unsatisfied in their lives, like a loss of meaning and there's no fulfillment, there's no real true feeling of fulfillment. And the beautiful thing is that the rishis, the wise one in India, were thinking about that, was thinking about ways to help us to feel more satisfied, even if we're living the mundane life. There were 4 stages of life. So this is the teaching of the purushartha. And so the idea was that they wrote it specifically for the second stage of life, which is the householders, and how they can be satisfied sexually, financially, and with dharma, which you could think about the welfare of all, or deep experience of things that are nourishing and sustaining us, protecting us, and then moksha was added 1,000 years later, which is kind of a need in spiritual fulfillment. So it's really interesting because Maslow then wrote it a little bit later, and it's actually very similar to the Purushartha. So I've been teaching the Purushartha for the last few years. I've been writing about it. The book is not even closely finished, but at least I'm still sitting with it and thinking about ways to bridge this wisdom into something that is useful for us. So yeah, if you're really good with books and you want to join the project, do let me know. And this is it, because we need something greater than ourselves. We need something in the collective that will give us that satisfaction. Okay, stay with me. Basically, satisfaction can only happen when something greater than ourselves kicks into our lives. And this is what they find, that even if you do this inner work, you come to therapy, you do all of this is vital, because then you can be more relational and you can do the healing that is actually possible only with another. If it's romantic, if it's in family, if it's your friends, if it's your community. So we need to do it with others. Healing is only possible with another person or others. And in the West, we kind of glorified a little bit too much that individualism. And yes, it's good up to a point, because it kind of distances us, and then we come back, we kind of have more to share and more to understand our needs, and then we can voice it and share it, and also understand other people's needs and all of that. But it has to be within the context of other people, of something greater than ourselves. And I don't know if you watch the documentary Stats, he's really great. And I was hearing him saying, after, he's 80-something, and he's been a psychologist for, I don't know, maybe 60 years or something. And and he was saying, like, that his approach is quite spiritual, because really you can only experience true fulfillment when you do something that is greater than yourself, which is very much what the yogis and in Ayurvedic tradition they're talking about. And in the Swata Vadya, we have this idea of that mental health, it needs a strong body, it needs a peaceful mind, and it needs spiritual fulfillment to kind of really get to the point that you are healthy, if you want, or balanced. I'm not talking about perfection, but some sort of a state of well-being. So yeah, so in the Purushartha, they're talking about being satisfied sexually, being satisfied financially. This is basic human needs. Maslow's talking about it a few thousand years later too. But actually also Maslow then added another, like in the Purushartha, he added another aspect to the basic human needs, and it's calling it self-actualization, which means spiritual fulfillment. So it's quite interesting teachings. And so when they're talking about sexual fulfillment, financial fulfillment, spiritual and social fulfillment, so fulfillment within a community, so being in a community is essential for our well-being. So it was taking the Dharma. So Dharma is like the compass, is like the what helps us to know when it's a need and when it's a greed. And this is where we kind of lost it. I mean, you don't see animals being obsessed with pornography or eating more than they need unless they live with humans and they're kind of already affected by our imbalances. But really, those needs need to be honored. That's what the Rishi is telling us. We have desires, we have needs, and they need to be fulfilled in the context of the good of all. So is it something that will give me a temporary pleasure, or is it something that will give me a long-lasting satisfaction? And in that, we need to bring the holy, the sacred into the bedroom, into our business, into the way we relate with others, and then life, the mundane, becomes sacred. So if you're interested more in the teachings, we're starting tomorrow. You will be able to get the recording. At the moment, if you join the group, at the moment it's for women only, but the recording will be able to share for everyone. If you're interested, let me know. Start tomorrow, 7 till 9, GMT, live, online. And it's a beautiful, deep process. So yeah, if you're just joining now to the recording,